Hello and welcome everyone to the September the 16th edition of the Kubernetes Contributor Summit North America 2024 planning meeting, which will be taking place at the Salt Lake Palace in Salt Lake City at November the 11th, 2024. Please adhere that this meeting is under the code of conduct, which in short basically means be nice and excellent to your fellow attendees. We have a winner. So we had 10 votes for the design. We had 10 votes and we have a winner, and I will share so that everyone sees that I am not making this up. And the winner is, drum roll, C and B. Which means
Very dramatic. Wow.
which means I have the document here.
I don't know. Looks like C has a lower rating, but
no, it's the C is basically the average rank. So this is the average rank of the position of the design. So the average rank, because everyone could sort it by themselves,
okay,
is that C is the best average ranked thingy thing. Which means that our logo is C.
Okay, that one.
And for the contributor award, we have the cake. The cake won. Congrats, Keslin. Who was this?
I look forward to making the hundreds of awards. Great.
All right. So Brienne, we have the logos, and we can basically send you the EPS files for the awards and for the shirt logo.
That's perfect. Yeah, if you can just send me the shirt logo by the end of this week, that's great. We can get the shirts ordered, and then yeah, for the awards, sorry, Caslin, but yes, I'm going to need all of those files, as well as the Excel document with all of their addresses and all of that information. So that we have some more time on those, so no rush on this.
Yeah, actually, this was something that we were wondering, that Keslin and I discussed last week. And Mars probably know this, but how's the process for getting the addresses of the award winners?
Let's see. I know Ray in the past had kind of taken that on, and I'm not sure if he did like a Google Sheet or how he did the process.
I believe it was a Google Sheet, and then anyone that didn't fill out the sheets was contacted directly on Slack, just any follow-ups that were missing.
Yeah, so I could share let me see if I can find it. I'll set the link in here for the document that he had sent to me. It had pretty much all of the information that I needed. It was perfect, and then all I had to do was send that off to the designer or the company that does the printing for the awards, and then they kind of handled it from there, as well as like the Google folder with all of the actual award designs that were finalized. So let me find the link to the folder that Ray and I work off of, and I will send that to you, and then we can kind of work from there.
Great. Okay, so we have design, and we have for award and for the t-shirt. So that's done.
Also a note on the t-shirt logo. We need to let the designer know about that.
Yes, exactly. We need to let the designer know, and we need to basically define probably a background color, right?
Yeah. Brienne, you'll have to let us know what's available.
Yeah, pretty much any color we could think of. I mean, I think it looks great on the black, but yeah, we have pretty much any options that we want. So let me see if they have some suggestions based on the colors that will be printed. They
Yeah.
might have, a few suggestions that they think they would work best on. So let me ask them, and then we can kind of put some mocks proofs together.
That sounds good. All right, then from my side, the only pressing topic that is coming then up is the CFP review, but I think that content will give us an update on this. And next up would be Brienne.
All right. So let me hold on one second. Okay. So let's see. That answers one of my questions. I had sent over the list of the different celebration venues that I had reached out to, as well as any reviews that I had. And I just wondered if anybody had had a chance to look over those or had any thoughts. I would love to be able to move to contract with our selected venue this week or next week so that we can kind of get that process rolling. So yeah, if anybody wants to take a look, and there is a column on the sheet where you can rank them. So, first choice, second choice, third choice, whatever. Go ahead and you can do that. And then I can work with the selected venue on getting the contract and everything together. I will say I'm still working with the planetarium. They are available, but the person that is the event person, unfortunately, is not very responsive. So I keep following up and following up and following up and not really hearing back. So that is a bit concerning. But the rest of the venues have been really good. So just take a look at that. If you can let me know what your choices are, that would be perfect.
So this
Also,
is a document you've shared with Xander.
it's our planning doc, and it is in. Let me see here. It is right here. I'll add it into the chat.
It's linked in the. It's also linked at the top of the meeting minutes, and there's a celebration venue tab.
Yep, we have a separate tab down at the bottom. You'll see, and you can kind of. There's the links in there and just a brief overview of each of the venues and what they offer. So, yeah, take a look at that. Oh goodness, now I gotta find my tab again. Sorry, I have like a million tabs open. Too many tabs. Okay, so also just as a personal update, I am actually going to be out of office Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. Very unexpected. I am heading up to Boston for a funeral, so I will be not online at all. So if anybody needs anything immediately, please reach out to Janelle. She will be covering for me while I'm out. The awards, okay, that answers that question for me. T-shirt designs, that question's answered.
Question
Next,
on the awards.
Yeah.
I know the deadline for the t-shirt order is in there. If you have the deadline for the
So-
awards order, you should let us
yeah,
know.
so the awards are a bit different since we just mail them to them at their homes. I don't really have a specific deadline per se for them. Just whenever you can get the list to me, that's great, and then I can send that off to them. Obviously, we want to get them sent to them as quickly as possible. So whenever you're able to provide the list to me with all of the addresses and all of the designs, then that's when I will get it off to them. It usually takes them about 2 weeks to produce them and then get them in the mail to everybody. So, like I know last time we tried to get that information all over to them about a week prior to the event so that by the time everybody was arriving home from the event, they were there for them. So if we want to try to stick with that similar deadline, I'd say around November 1st. But again, it's kind of, up to how quickly we're able to put the list of addresses together as well as the final designs. And yes, next question is, does anybody have any special requests for flip charts or whiteboards in any of the rooms? That order is due by the end of this week. So
I think we want either a flip chart or a whiteboard, whichever is easier with the venue, in any room that's going to be an unconference room,
okay,
which is, I think, like 3 out of the 4 rooms.
okay, all right, so we can do that. I'll see which one. I mean, it's probably going to come down to price, so I'm not sure which one is going to be cheaper. I'll make sure we have one or the other in each room.
Yeah. Oh, and are you in contact with the docs folks? It's also likely that they will want one.
No, I've never had contact with them. I just
Okay.
I will ping the docs folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so for the SIG meet and greet, I believe it was going to be kind of changing up this time and taking place in the project pavilion. I don't know if that's still the plan, but that was kind of what I had heard last time. And I was wondering if that is the case, will the buttons and the signs and everything that we normally provide, will those still be needed or not? Anybody know?
Sorry, for the SIG meet and greet, the buttons and the signs and stuff.
Yes.
I believe they will still be needed. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were bringing the case with us if we need.
Yes, please. So we still should have the buttons, especially because the idea is still that like the folks can put it up there somewhere so that people that are coming there know where the different SIGs are. The only change is that we are in the central space, that where we have also a lot of folks just coming by.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I will make sure we still include that case. And do you think there will be any other needs for any special signage or anything like that, or just the buttons and our little table signs and everything that we normally have?
I mean, if we can get a roll-up display, I would not say no.
Okay, I will check with our sponsorship team. They do have rules on what is allowed as far as signage, but so let me check with them and see what they have planned.
Yeah.
And that is everything from me. So again, if anybody has any questions, reach out to me or Janelle this week, and yeah, we'll take it from there. My biggest thing at this point is let's try to get moving with the celebration venue so we can get that under contract and get that all situated.
If we have some time today, when we are through all of the points, I think that we can quickly discuss this in this meeting.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, then thank you very much, Brian. And next up is Josh.
Yeah, howdy. Still not a lot. We need the ops team, plus anyone else is welcome to contribute, needs to finish up. Oh, and I'll link it again from the docs. The volunteer roles and merge that. Since as soon as the schedule is published, we're going to be soliciting for people. As soon as the program schedule is published, we're going to be soliciting for people to actually sign up for specific shifts. Beyond that, I'm going to put one more thing in here. Oh no, just the ops meeting after this one. Oh, and Brianna, I dropped you a quick question about signage that we don't need to discuss here, but
yeah,
just so you see
I actually just responded to you.
Okay, cool, thanks.
All right, thanks, Josh. And coming to the schedule, as mentioned, Carol, we have the update for the CFP.
Yeah, the call for paper closed yesterday. We have 33 response. About 6 proposals will be only 9%, that will be 3 talks. and that's a little concern. Like only I will put in the comments only 3 talks from 6. So maybe we can do a. We want to consult with you if we push a little more with the 6 this week to try to submit more talks that we have it. And our plan is to review this week for to have the results for the next week, next meeting.
I mean, the CFP was open for a long time, and we sent out a lot of reminders.
Yeah. Did we send out the Slack blast to the SIGs about SIG meetings?
Yes, there was a Slack
Yeah,
blast,
okay.
a manual one, because of some issues with the bot. But in every SIG channel there was a post about the CFP and also for the meet and greet sessions. I would basically, what I would do is let's review the talks, see how much talks we need to also to eliminate because of not fitting for a contributor summit, because I guess we will have a couple of those, and then let's see how much slots potentially would have been open, and then we can still ping 15 talks with workshops. This is a lot.
Yeah,
Especially,
Oh, did anybody submit any workshop proposals?
yeah, 15.
15.
15 workshops?
Yes.
Presentation, workshop, demo category.
Oh yeah, no, not 15 workshops.
I mean, we need to look at the CFP. That's the only way how to get a good overview, and select and firstly remove everything that is not interesting for Contributor Summit.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like a plan. We will give these results to the next meeting.
Okay. Please ping me if you need any support, and I will also have a look at the CFP, just to make sure, or include me in the review process.
Yeah, that will be nice. The review process is more people that we need to add. Who wants to be a reviewer? Plus the content team.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just ping me or ping also the thing, and I will share. I think I could share with all the people that is here, no? Okay.
All right. Exactly. Just ping also if you need some support. Ping also in the staff channel. That's the best thing to do.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Next up is comms.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So it's been a good week for comms regarding what we sent. The first one is the all SIG Slack blast, which was discussed in the last meeting. So all the SIG channels in the Kubernetes Slack has been sent a Slack blast regarding the CFPs closing soon. We also had multiple reminders sent regarding CFPs in the last week. One was on September 9th, another was on September 11th, and then we did a final CFP reminder as well on September 13th. So, and we also did one reminder about the on-conference issue, which was basically like the first comms going about the on-conference issue, which was sent on September 9th. We are also planning a separate email focused just on the unconference issue open, which is scheduled for today. So if you can get reviews at your convenience, that would be helpful. Up next, we have one call for volunteers in the month of September. We have one more call for volunteers going out in October, specifically 23rd of October. And then we have 3 more calls for unconference issue, basically reminders going out in September and October. And then 9 more comms currently planned beyond September. So yeah, and other, yeah.
Okay, I want to hold that next call for volunteers until we have a content schedule.
Okay.
Because that'll actually be the big one of, hey, please sign up because we now have a schedule for you.
Right. So we should hold the one in September.
Yeah, the call for volunteers in September should not happen until we have the content schedule.
Right. Okay. Got it. Yeah, other side reminders are we have the updates to KCS Comms Team Handbook, which is currently in review state. Yeah, and if anyone has any requests for comms, please do let us know.
Oh, I muted myself. Great. Thanks for the update, Arvid. Yeah, as mentioned, maybe we will need another reach out for face-to-face meetings, but let's first go through the CFP. So once this is resolved, then we can basically ping you. Next up is social with Xander, but
Yeah,
I would
I think-
basically move this to the end if this is okay for you, so that we can talk about the venue.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Great. Then we jump to registration updates with Swirm.
Yeah, hey folks. So last week we had a fair amount of new registrations come up, and we are at a total of 89 right now. And out of these, 5 of them are staff, and 84 are non-staff attendees. Yep.
Great. So we have some more sign-ups. SIG meet and greet. Kathleen, any other updates than the things that we discussed?
I still haven't heard anything from Bob and Jiffy and them. I'm gonna ping them this week to see where they're at.
Bob is off because Bob is at Open Source Summit in Vienna.
I just talked
right.
to him about an hour ago. I can go poke him.
Okay. That works
Then
too.
poke him. Then poke him.
Yeah, additional pokes welcome. Jiffy and George would also work, but they may also be at the Open Source Summit. I'll ping the group of them.
I have a meeting with Jiffy, I believe, some point this week. I can also ping
Please
him.
also bring it up there. I appreciate the help.
All right. Thanks, Kathleen. Next up is awards with Mars. Any additional topic to the thing that we already discussed?
Nope, I think we are good. We will just collect addresses and we should be good to go.
All right.
And Mars, I'll need you to add me to the sheet if you haven't yet with the names and all the information so that I can get those files prepared for you.
Yep. Sure. Thank you.
I also have instructions so that you can help me do it if you want to. I'll send those over.
Sure. I'll be happy to.
All right. Do we have any things related to the beanies, Josh, or is there all good for now until we know that we have the volunteers sign up early and stuff like this for ordering that?
Yeah, it's all good for now. I don't have pricing yet.
Okay.
Part of it is they need me to render my design ideas, Adobe Illustrator, and I've just not gotten around to it.
Okay.
Because apparently the embroidery pricing is very dependent on thread count. So, and also I didn't want to finalize the design until I saw what we picked for the T-shirt in the award. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but that we have now. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, then Anything else was should we introduce a new lead role, design lead? And I think this came from Caslin. You're muted again.
I said, whoa, I can't believe you figured that out. Yes. So this is something that Mario and I discussed last week and that I've been thinking about for a few weeks. We really, I think, should introduce a new lead role, which is the design lead. This would be someone who has some familiarity with graphic and vector design, preferably specifically Inkscape. The responsibilities of this role would include setting up the submission forms, reviewing comms about submitting designs, setting up the voting methodology, communicating with the folks who submitted the designs about their designs getting accepted, and any other communications that we may need to have with them, especially making sure that they're okay with having their design added to the GitHub page, which would also be done by the design lead. Working with the awards lead to create the necessary vector files if they're doing an award that's cycle, and coordinating with the CNCF representative on any questions about printing and production of the designs. I think all of that just needs to be its own role.
Yeah, the reason why this came up because for the past, this was usually taken over by someone who had some kind of design background, and we still should always consider that this might not be the case, that either the one of the leads has also a design background. I mean, we are lucky in this case that a couple of people are able to do designs and to work on designs and to make them production ready, but this is probably not always the case. Any comments to this? I mean, we don't need to decide this yet, and I would probably move this to the retrospective for the and for the new cycle. But yeah,
I would argue that Mario, you and I are acting as design leads this time, and Josh is acting as an emeritus design lead. So we could go ahead and add it to the regular meeting schedule, design updates.
probably, yeah. Any comments?
One other
Yes?
thing that I wanted to mention, unrelated, comms folks task for us. We should work on some comms about the designs that were selected, maybe. We should think about that. What do you think, Mario? Send out comms broadly that
we
these are the
never-
designs, or should we not?
We never sent them out prior to the
That's
summit
true.
because it
We
was
usually
like
don't.
it's the surprise thing, right? So this is the
That's true.
design.
Maybe we should leave it that way.
And I mean, especially for the award, it's I think people appreciate it more when they see it at the summit or at their doorstep.
Cool. We'll leave it then. We won't send out any comms about these are the designs that were selected. Thank you for talking through that.
the only thing that I would mention is that the person that got selected who did the design. So Keston, you need to write yourself an email.
I'll work on that. Yeah, but I will work on that's more of a design lead thing of sending the email to the individuals that were selected. I wouldn't expect the comms team to do that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll work on that.
By the way, one thought about the comms for designs. I mean, after the event ends, should we like put up a tweet or something of all the logos that weren't selected for the event? Like just trying to mention that these were the logos submitted as well or something.
I think it might have been mentioned on a call where I wasn't here, the idea of putting those on like a slide that's shown during the event. I'm in favor of that.
I mean, we can put it just in the 15 minutes of intro slides at the end of the intro slides.
Yeah.
When we start the summit, like these were the designs, and this is your design that won.
Yeah, definitely think that would be cool. As for sending them out afterward, my concern with sending out any of the designs in public facing places is that I basically expect anything put on the internet these days to be used to be trained AI, and artists have opinions about that. So I don't want to send out the designs publicly unless it's necessary or valuable. So I think it's worth asking the designer who created designers who created the selected designs if they're okay with putting them on the GitHub repo. I also want to add some text to the GitHub repo. This was something that we discussed when we created the GitHub repo this cycle. We'd never put them up publicly before because the copyright on them is a little bit weird. Because they usually include elements that are owned by the CNCF, so they follow the rules of the CNCF for using those logos. Also, the copyright technically belongs to the designer, and we're using them with permission, I think is the way for us to put it. Technically, we should have a lawyer review this, but yeah. Anyway, so I would say no to putting up the unselected designs on social media, and I'll work on putting up the design on GitHub.
And that's also the reason why we had this weird voting process, because the problem was that not a tool was available or is available where we would say that we have the control over the design. So that because Keslin and I looked at some tools that where you can basically put the design next to the vote and then sort it, but the chance that everything is third party and a freemium. So basically, I guess that anything that you upload there in the free version goes directly in some of their AI training, because you can't find any information in their terms and usage. And I read a lot of those terms and usage things, and no one states what they do with the stuff that you upload there.
Yeah, makes sense. We shouldn't do it then. But like, can we do it during the event?
Yeah, during the event is what
yeah.
we do. No, I already wrote it up that I will put it in the opening slides of the contributor summit.
Right. So this was the idea that Priyanka Sagu like basically pitched, that we should put all the current and also previous contributor summit logos on the slides during the event. So
the previous ones are on the website.
Yeah.
They are in the GitHub repo. I would keep I would honestly just keep it for now with the
ones that were submitted for this cycle.
ones,
we might want to
ones,
do we might want to do all of them this time specifically because it's the 10-year anniversary still.
Oh yeah. So
So
basically,
we might want to have a slide about that.
the backside of Tim's T-shirt design.
Yeah, which of course the Salt Lake City one will not be featured on because we already had those printed, but
yeah, but in the slides we can edit.
Yeah.
All right, then if we still have a little bit of time, and I would very much appreciate if we can take the time and have a look at the planning doc file regarding the location for the after event. And Xander, I would give over to you. Yes.
Think I tend to like obviously bias locations that are closest, personally. Which it looks like the Lake Effect cocktail bar is at least the closest distance. So why don't we start there? If you want to click that and pop open there.
Yep.
Although that might be out if they don't respond to staff.
Yeah, they have been contacted, but not.
Yeah, I've reached out to them, I think 3 times, and a couple of other team members have reached out to them also, and we have not had any luck with actually getting a response from them. So I would err on the side of caution with this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah, I mean, you
good.
can have the same problem with the planetarium. I love the idea of the planetarium,
Yeah.
but if they are not good with private events, like they don't, the staff assigned is like part-time or something, then it's probably going to end up not working.
Yeah,
What,
I'm not sure what's the situation with.
let's take a look at Flanker, since that's currently the closest one in your available good option.
Yeah.
Give me a second. A kitten just laid down on my mouse.
That that's tough to navigate around. I know, like, because you disturb the kitten, like that is a crime.
All right, so this is Flankers. I guess we have one of the rooms then, or
So this would actually be an entire space buyout.
This looks nice.
And it's at least not a national chain.
Is there interactive rooms? Interactive rooms sounds good.
Oh, there's karaoke rooms.
That's nice.
Oh, that's also nice. I never played golf, but
Karaoke offers the option for people that want to do it, but then it doesn't require the engagement of the entire group. That's nice. I like that.
So I haven't personally been to this venue, but some of my team members, when they were in Salt Lake City earlier this year, visited, and they said it was very cool.
There we go. Pictures. That's what I want to see.
Oh, this looks really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this quite a lot. There is a stage, which is nice just for general announcements and such. Yeah, this looks great.
Okay. So this would be let's have a look at the other 2 ones that are available and good options. To be honest, I am a little bit biased towards this one because I don't know how they do this. I mean, when they say they include games, I think there's a limitation because especially with those power-up cards or something like this.
Yeah, so
And
it said it would be like a $25 credit card per attendee. So it's just like a preloaded card, and each person would receive that.
Yeah, Dave & Buster's is a national chain, though.
They are, yeah.
It
seems like an okay fallback.
Yeah. It's also, it looks like Dave & Buster's and then Wise Guys are 0.8 and 0.7 miles from the venue. And like, I think personally about a half mile is like the upper end of what I would want to ask people to walk.
I don't know. Detroit was 3/4 of a mile from the venue.
That's not bad.
It seemed to be a problem. So
an additional consideration with Dave & Buster's, I don't think it's that important, but Dave & Buster's, you play the games and you like get tickets and you can get prizes. And so I remember doing that at an event once, and it was like, I can't get anything big because I can't take it home. But I mean, that's a minor thing. That would be up to people to manage themselves.
Yeah.
And I also agree what Drew said. It's maybe I mean the main point is that people interact with each other because we only see like once or twice a year, right? And having this might be a distraction.
The one thing I will say about Dave and Buster's, and I think it comes to them being a larger chain, is their food costs overall are significantly cheaper. So we would be able to have a much nicer, like full dinner sort of spread rather than the heavy appetizers. So that would be the one, I guess, positive to using a larger chain versus a smaller venue.
Yeah, but I think, at least I think the precedent is the heavy appetizers. Like that's what we've typically done in the past. And like, yeah, I think I like the nicer venue over.
I mean, I definitely prefer more of a local, mom
Yeah.
and pop, not chain sort of setup. So
Okay, and then let's have a quick look again at last at the comedy club. No, I don't want to send my email address. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any photos. I pulled up their like group events page.
Which one is it? It's in Utah.
Salt Lake City.
I'm stupid. The gateway. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is not helpful.
I mean, the thing is, comedy clubs are usually one big room.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, strong endorsement for the first one on my end. Yeah, I think the space looked really good. The multiple rooms, the karaoke rooms was a huge win. Just I think offering that option to people. Yeah, I think that space looks really nice. Kind of reminded me of what we had in Detroit, where it was like separate rooms people could kind of break out into, and yeah, the booths, like this space looks really wonderful.
Yeah. Any points against Flanker? Then I would say Flanker is first choice and Dave and Buster's is second choice.
I really like that the activities with Flanker are also kind of discrete, like it's sort of an optional thing rather than being like the main thing. Because like I was saying in the chat, I'm what I look forward to with these events is to come and socialize with people that I'm only going to see once a year.
Yeah. Okay, Brienne, I hope this helps you.
No, this is perfect. That's great. So I will reach out to Flanker and get their final proposal and contract and everything, and then we'll move it forward.
Great.
All right. Perfect.
Then any last minute topic or something that we forgot? If not, thanks everyone for sticking around so long. And thanks for all of the work that has been done in the last 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to see the program next week, and I think we are in a good state. All right, then have a beautiful evening or day or morning, and see you all latest next week.